Manilala's well-guarded Hotel Anfa, the United States and British missions meet. Virtually every member of the general staffs of both nations attends. Montgomery, Alexander, Spaatz, Clark, Cunningham, Eisenhower come here from the field of battle. The President and the Prime Minister with their high commanders. In August 1941, these leaders met at sea to sign the Atlantic Charter. In December 1941 and in June 1942, Churchill visited the White House. Never before have these two men, each of whom well knows what odds, met in such an atmosphere of optimism. With victory in sight, they will not see it lost. Identified with the Allied cause since the fall of France has been General Charles de Gaulle, fighting French leader, shown here with Giraud, Churchill, and Roosevelt. De Gaulle's fighting French have carved a brilliant military record in their campaigns. Personal friends, Giraud and de Gaulle shake hands, demonstrating the unity of all patriotic Frenchmen against the Nazis. Next stop after Casablanca is Liberia, where American troops, most of them Negroes, guard this vulnerable African coastal republic. In a jeep, FDR sees more smartly equipped, precision-drilled U.S. fighters with President Barclay of Liberia. Founded by former American slaves, Liberia's ties with the U.S. are strong. The presidential plane crosses the Atlantic to Natal, where Roosevelt meets his old friend Getulio Vargas, president of Brazil. On the right is U.S. Ambassador Jefferson Caffrey. Immediately afterwards, the president returns to Washington. The Casablanca meeting is over. What Franklin Roosevelt and Winston Churchill have planned for 1943 is a secret. But it will come as these men have planned it, and for the Axis it will end in unconditional surrender. For nearly a year, the small Pacific island of Timor, 500 miles northwest of Darwin, Australia, has been Jap-held. But behind enemy lines in the island's interior, this tough gang of Aussies, the Sparrow Force, has kept up the fight ever since Timor officially fell. Concealed from Jap planes, they hid out in the jungle for 59 days after Australia had given them up. Through this radio set, assembled from scraps and pieces stolen from the Japs, they finally made contact with Darwin. The operator hammers out an SOS. The message comes through to Darwin, but mainland officers are skeptical, suspect a Jap trick. No white men are supposed to be alive on Timor. Darwin asks cautiously, "What is the Christian name of Jack Sargent's wife?" Answer immediately. On Timor again, the query is received. Back flashes the answer. Joan. Jack Sargent knows his wife's name. The right answer brings clothing, food, and ammunition for the beleaguered Aussies. Mail, too, and other comforts. The way it gets there is a secret. With their new supplies, the guerrillas become strong enough to launch an attack with friendly native help on a Jap-occupied town. They move quietly up through jungle trails. The town in range, the guerrillas and their friends attack. The town is left a smoking ruin. The guerrilla leader congratulates his men. These tough, rugged fighters know what privation means: hunger, thirst, malaria, and jungle hardships. The unsung battle goes on deep in Timor, symbol of Allied determination to fight until the Jap is cleaned out of the Pacific. Marines Marines prime big howitzers on Guadalcanal's advanced positions for a new offensive against the Japs. Present for an inspection trip of the island and its vicinity are Navy's Vice Admiral Aubrey W. Fitch and Marine Major General Roy S. Geiger. The guns fire at extreme elevation, so shells will drop into Jap positions in narrow gullies. Soldiers and Marines in their latest push are making new gains against the Japs. Battered Stalingrad, bloodiest battleground of World War II. Here the Russians have thrown back thousands upon thousands of the toughest of Adolf Hitler's Nazi troops. Here the Luftwaffe has unleashed its heaviest bombs. The biggest guns have pounded. The city is smashed. Thousands of brave Russians dead. But Stalingrad still stands, a symbol of the undying determination of a people who love Russia more than life itself. In the suburbs, an anti-aircraft battery in action. The jubilant gun commander cheers a good shot. Soviet machine gun fire spatters off a German position. Russian snipers take a heavy toll of Nazi infantry. Crawling forward, this soldier tosses his grenade. A Nazi killed in the explosion is stripped of his rifle. Now the heroic Russians, defenders of Stalingrad, have begun new drives. Russia and her allies will stay on the offensive.